weekend is almost upon us, and that means racing is back in Hong Kong. Really, Sha Tin 10-race card on Sunday. It's a big day too, both on and off the track. Joining us in the studio to talk about it all is Paul Lally and Tom Wooden. Tom, there's Group 3 racing on the track and a multiple Group 1 winner saying goodbye off the track.
Yes, he will, Mark. Hello to you and to everyone. Golden 60, the retirement farewell ceremony, coming up after race number 5, so there is an extended gap between races 5 and 6, but the Celebration Cup, Healthy looking to win again in the race. Happy, I should say, looking to win again in the race, but Alexi Bedell has opted this time round to ride Choo Chow Spirit.
He has indeed, who's been racing well, and we'll talk more about that race in the show. Paul, you've had some good jackpots for us on the weekend to start the season. Does that continue?
It does. Some really good, couple of Bobby Dazzlers actually. 18 million going into the triple trio, 17 million into the 6-up win bonus. So a couple of really good ones. A few roughies made it a little bit difficult last week, with Team Happy in particular winning at big odds.
Did indeed. So that's some info from the boys. Before we get into the meeting on Sunday, time to have a bit of an in-depth chat with a man in form. It is South Africa's own Lyle Hewitson with Nick. Amazing runner neck to his outer. It's Fighting Machine just in front. Amazing Run is coming at him again. The pair of them hit the post. Amazing Run.
Golden Luck in front, Wood on fire. Up the inside, Happy Soul. Golden Luck holding them at bay, and Golden Luck home. Sweet Briar, though, with the pink shades on, has rounded them up for Hewitson.
Lyle Hewitson, always great to catch up. Obviously, we're here at the wonderful Happy Valley Racecourse, a place that you've run plenty of winners. Your third full season has just started. How is everything?
Yeah, it's going really well. Of course, last 2 seasons we've racked up a good number of winners, and I think as any jockey, you just hope to surpass that and keep thriving to do better and better. But look, aside from the racing, really happy, Hannah and myself, settling into Hong Kong and enjoying the life. And you know, riding winners makes it even better. So really happy with how things are.
Lyle, I guess somewhere like Hong Kong, obviously you've had great success back in your native South Africa, but this has very much become your home, hasn't it, for you and your wife Hannah, and you seem very settled. Yeah,
we are. It's obviously, you know, we only get contracted season to season, but when you sort of have ingrained yourself a little bit into it and looking to do better and better and riding those winners, you can be quite confident to extend and make it more homely, and that's exactly what we've done. You know, we've got great people around us, made good friends, and you know, we've got a dog and a cat at home, so the home life's really good, and yeah, we're pretty comfortable. So we're also at that age where we're able to sort of experience new things and make it home, and yeah, at the moment we're very settled, very happy.
The new season for you started in good fashion here during the week, and there was a couple of winners. A horse that you know quite well, successful in Sweet Briar. Good to see him win, but nice to get those first couple of winners on the board.
Yeah, fantastic. It was obviously great to start off well and hit the ground running in the first meeting. The last Sha Tin meeting, I think I had 3 seconds to Zach, a couple of thirds. So it was a good meeting without winning, but it was nice to come here the other night and bring home a double. And like you say, some of my old friends in Sweet Briar and Golden Luck who have won them before. It's good to see them get their nose in front, and hopefully it's just a good start to the season that we can continue throughout and hope to pick up many more.
Well, looking ahead, I know you're not someone that likes to rest on their laurels. There was 50 winners a couple of seasons ago. There was 40, I think, last year. You started this year, you've obviously got winners on the board already. What are the targets, if any?
No doubt, I want to I want to comfortably surpass 50. I think that's just got to be first and foremost. But I think it's about doing it week by week, you know, just got to focus on what's in front of me, and if I can break that down into smaller targets and tick those off, that's what we'll have to do. But yeah, it would be lovely to get on the board for the bigger races, and I think that's also got to be something that's on the forefront of my mind. But yeah, the more winners breed more winners, and hopefully that's what can happen and get me into the opportunities in the big races.
Just addressing that point in question with the feature races. Now, obviously, they're never easy to win here. Obviously, you know, sometimes we've got such strong, you know, equine talent in most of the divisions. Is that something that sort of just niggles away at you as a rider? I mean, they're the ones everybody wants to win, aren't they?
Yeah, look, the hope is that we're going to be in the same situation as someone like Zach in the future, where you get to pick and choose a lot of the rides that go around. So I think it's all about working hard and waiting your turn and hopefully getting to a situation like that. But I guess it is frustrating. You seem to find a really nice horse and think this could be the one that you progress with, and you're not on it a few starts later. So it can be difficult, but I think it's about understanding and not letting that get you down. And like I said, focus on your immediate short-term targets and make success out of that, and the rest will follow.
You've got some nice rides coming up this weekend. Obviously, we do have our first group race of the season, and you seem to have this sort of knack, Lyle, if you will, of teaming up with real war horses, and you're riding Packing Treadmill, who certainly fits into that category, I think.
Yeah, well, you see, in this case, it's fantastic because they're obviously smart horses and got a lot of ability, but been fortunate to be able to stick with him. So, and he's one of them, and I love him to bits. I think he's so unassuming in the morning, but he comes to race day and he puts up a performance every time. You know, last start, it was disappointing where he finished on paper, but I thought he felt good. He was against his pattern. He got a little bit of a bump out the gates and had to end up at the back of the field in wet ground. So it was all against him, and he felt good. And this morning's gallop, he came through it really well. So looking forward to the weekend. I don't think he's without a chance, and you know, like I said, because he pitches up every time, he just needs the ball to bounce his way, and he could be a live chance.
Lyle, I must ask you about the horse you ride in the last as well, Full Credit. I mean, he's a thoroughly exciting horse. You're sort of doing your best to get down to a very light weight, but he looks like one that might be worth it.
Yeah, I think so. It's a bigger jump than Class 4 to Class 3 when you're going from Class 3 to Class 2. But he's taken a step forward in his work. I think he's doing really well back home. The stable assures me that he can't eat enough and sleep enough, so he's obviously just thriving on everything he's doing. Mark started the season well as well, and he's one of the horses that I've just been really fortunate to stick with throughout his starts. He's done exceptional, and I hope that he can make this jump. Pretty confident that he will still have a successful season ahead.
Yeah, he certainly looks the type, Lyle. I mean, some nice rides. The season started well for you. Hopefully, long may that continue, and hopefully you do surpass that 50 and get that group winner on the board as well.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm looking forward to the season. I feel really positive about it, and everything's started off pretty well, and we just hope that's just a springboard into a successful season.
There he is, Lyle Hewitson, trying to get some more free underarm stuff by the looks of that interview there, Paul. But he has had a terrific start to the season.
Yeah, he has, isn't he? And look, he's really good in particular on those front runners. You know, he can rate them really well in front, and if you see him on one of those front runners, you always got to sort of have a second look at it.
There's always been a great legacy of South African jockeys here in Hong Kong, and he's looking to continue that. And of course, he's got Full Credit going around in that last race. Here's his Hong Kong career as well, with 123 winners next to his name. And Full Credit looked good in that recent trial, I thought.
He did indeed. We're going to roll up Lyle's rides right now, Tom, and we kick off with Colourful Baron. Is it fair to say the better rides are later in the day? Yeah,
they are. I'm not overly keen on the first three there, to be honest, but Run Cool, he didn't get a great deal of luck the other day. Run Cool, you've got Packing Treadmill. He lived up to somewhat of an ordinary trial in his last effort, Packing Treadmill. Highland Rahi was slightly better last time out. Storm Rider may not be the worst in that ninth race as well, Paul.
Yeah, I've always had time for that horse. He's drawn wide, so he's going to have to get back, and Full Credit's be one of the favourites in the last.
That last race is an excellent race, isn't it?
A great race. Very, very good betting race.
So they'll find out where he's at Full Credit this week.
Yeah, they certainly will, with the likes of Watch Buddy's probably not the worst in a lineup like that, but Young Champion, you've got Superb Capitalist, co-partner Prance, who won 6 last season.
He did indeed, and he has raced at Sha Tin before. That has been the first part of Racing to Win. On the way to the break, it's as much off the track as it is on the track on Sunday. Great racing with the 10 races, but off it, between races 5 and 6, we farewell the great horse, Golden 60.
What separates him to the others is, I think, is his mind. A lot of horses have great potential physically, but never have the mindset of a champion.
He goes full beast mode. This equine wrecking ball has demolished another field.
Of course, everybody knows he's a champion. You know, he got a very good fighting heart. He also brings us a lot of fun.
The locals can't beat him. The internationals can't beat him. This is his house. Fortress Golden 60.
It's a horse that taught me to be a better athlete and to be a better jockey.
The Ferrari, he hits overdrive, and the Champions Mile is headed to Hong Kong's champion again.
I think the horse just help us to build up our name and even the team, and also give us a confidence to how to train the horse.
With 1, you're good. 2, you're great. 3, you rewrite history. Golden 60s won his 3rd Champions Mile.
Of course, a little bit sad, but okay. I think that since he will enjoy his retirement life, I think that wish him healthy and have a happy retirement.
That's not a whip. That's a wand. That ride from Vincent is magic. Golden 60.
He has done everything for us and for Hong Kong, so we want him a great life afterwards.
Welcome back to Racing to Win. We're going to look shortly at the Celebration Cup, the first group race of the season. But before we get to that, Paul, it's time for your last run reminder. And we're about to reveal race 3. Oh, fun and fun together. We could be on the adult channel this time.
Yeah, fun and fun together here. Race 3, number 4. Now, they went lickety-split in this race in the early stages. And that was the key here in this race. They just went too fast. They got into a speed battle. As you can see, fun and fun together. He had the chance to ease in, but there was obviously instructions there to go to the front and lead at all costs, and that's exactly what sort of happened with the speed battle. And as you can see, they went really quick in these early sections, especially that early sectional. Now the horse was still there going into the straight here. He was going nicely and just sort of dropped off late. So look, if there is another bit of pace in this race with run timing with the Apprentice Claim. So I hope there's not a repeat of that.
I think you should tell us what you really thought of the early stages.
And hopefully he can slot in and get full compensation and win the race.
You don't get fired up much, do you? But that race fired you up. That and California Civil that night at Happy Valley are two that really get you going.
California Civil, what happened? Oh, he got relegated, didn't he? Yeah, that's right. These things happen.
Really pokes the bear with you.
No, it's just one of those
very PC statements in that summary of that replay.
Racing incidents.
You reeled it in well. So the last run reminder, race 3, number 4, Fun and Fun Together, not to be confused with Fun Together, who also runs, he ran last week, I think, didn't he?
He did,
yeah. Yep. So Fun and Fun Together, race 3, number 4 is the last run reminder. On to Sha Tin on Sunday. And we look this way. It is 8 on the B+2 turf and 2 on the all-weather for meeting number 5 of the season. 1 o'clock is the first race. The race that we focus on is race number 7 at 4:20. As you can see, that big gap between races 5 and 6. If you can get to Sha Tin, make sure you do, because they'll be packed in around the parade ring to farewell the champion Golden 60. Taj Dragon is at the top of the Celebration Cup. He's a 6-time course and distance winner. Flying Aces placed 2 from 3 in Group 3 races. Healthy Happy's got a terrific first-up record and in this race. Packing Treadmill is a 2-time winner second up. The Golden Scenery drops back from the 16 to the 1400. Chu Chow Spirit has found form in his last 2 starts. He's won both of them. Wonder Kid gets in. Good draw, lightweight, and led all of the way and did it impressively in a recent trial. So that is the field, Paul, for race number 7. Healthy Happy only knows one thing.
Yeah, and he won this race by sort of sit and sprinting, and he'll be trying to do the same sort of thing in this race as well. Small field, so there's going to be a lot of tactics coming. Packing Treadmill likes to go forward, Wonder Kit as well, and the other 4 generally do get back. So he should get an easy enough lead, Healthy Happy, and he'll get his opportunity once again.
We move on, Tom, from the speed map to the previous winners of the race, and it is Healthy Happy who is looking for back-to-back wins, but gee, there's some names on here.
There is. Alexi Bedell, of course, won it last year aboard Healthy Happy, but this time round he rides Chu Chow Spirit with the lightweight. California Spangle going back the year before. Buddies was a winner, and from memory he did it off the front that day as well. Golden 60 there, appropriate that he's been farewelled on a day that he has won before, and Beauty Generation as well. But certainly a good mixture of horses there that have won with bigger weights or lighter weights.
2020 Golden 60. If I replay the Celebration Cup winners, he's walking around the parade ring on the day that he won it 4 years ago on Sunday. Chu Chow Spirit, Paul, he's a horse that promised to deliver when he got here. He's now won 3, but his last 2, he's certainly found form.
He definitely has. Look, he was a roarer in his early days. They had surgery for that, so maybe that's helped him. Now, he hasn't won second up in the past. That was the only query I had. He's been placed a couple of times, but he always runs a really good race fresh and then sort of just tapers off a little bit. That's a little concern I got.
I thought he could do it this time around with the light weight on his back. I think he's ready to take that next step. He's just only turned 5 in the last month or two, and look, off that day there at Sha Tin 14 days ago, the way he won that with such authority, I think he can do it again.
Lexi in a Group 3 race is never a bad way to go either. He's got a knack of winning these Group 3 races no matter what horse he is riding. We've got Flying Ace, Tom. He's a well-credentialed horse. Matthew Poon rewarded for that early season form. He's going to ride this horse. He does know him very, very well. Packing Treadmill, really disappointing here. He's much better than this, but the back end of last season, the start of this one, he's not the Packing Treadmill he has been.
No, well, look, he hasn't won since this day last season. 364 days ago, he won a Class 2 race off a rating of 93, and he never ran on here at all, did Packing Treadmill. He basically lived up to what he'd shown in a trial leading into this, and that was, I thought, a little on the ordinary side. Flying Ace, Paul, Matthew Poon's got a great record aboard him, but I can't have him at 1400, and the options now are sort of limited for him.
Yeah, they are a little bit as well. The one thing in Flying Ace's favour is he has got a good second up record. He's won second and third in his 3 goes fresh up. So he does run well second up.
And his record at 1400 metres, a couple of starts for just the one placing. Taj Dragon, here is a look at his trial, Paul. He runs 7th in this. Sovereign Fund, who won a great race on Wednesday night, leads up here. He ran 2nd behind Super Wind Dragon in the other one. Vincent Ho, Pierrong, Barry number 1. Where does he figure in your calculations?
Look, I've got to include him because he had a really good season last season. And another one that's been placed fresh in the past. And look, I thought the trial was okay, hit the line nicely enough. And we know he's a good horse. I mean, 135 pounds is probably the problem.
Yeah, and we know that he is a Group 3 winner over 1400 in the past, but this time he is carrying the 135 pounds, and he's not an overly big, strong horse by any stretch, so that would be the little concern I have about him.
We go to Healthy Happy now up at Chung Fa. He ran 5th in this trial. The Golden Scenery runs 8th. He's had 2 trials, Healthy Happy. He's led under his rider in both of them. Just faded a bit late in both of them. The Golden Scenery just 1 trial, Tom, and he raced wide in this the entire way. Wasn't asked to do too much.
I thought his trial mark was really good, the Golden Scenery here. He won fresh last season off a rating of 91. The trial looked good. Brenton of Dalla went up to Chung Fa and rode him in this trial. You can see Healthy Happy been niggled on a little bit there late in that trial, and you could possibly argue, Paul, that last year's race was stronger than what he probably meets here. He beat Circuit Stella, the Golden Scenery, Beauty Joy and Straight Air, and I don't think the race this year has got that same sort of depth.
No, exactly right. And this is his go, Healthy Happy. 4 goes fresh, 3 wins. And he didn't trial too well into his last start, but ran really well a couple of starts ago and then ran well. So he's sort of a horse that doesn't really show too much in his trials, but when he gets to race day, he really switches on. But I agree with Tom. I really like the Golden Scenery, actually, in this race. Again, a really good fresh record. Comes in with 121, which I think's a really good racing weight for him.
He's turned his form around, hasn't he? He looked gone as far as his form went last season, the Golden Scenery, and here he is racing pretty well again.
Exactly. You do find sometimes these horses do have a flat spot and then they sort of bounce back, and I think he falls into that category. And look, I think he's going to give this race a real good shake.
He seems to be one of those horses that does sort of race well earlier on in the season, as you mentioned, gets sort of to the middle stages of the season and just doesn't do a great deal, but then sort of picks up towards the end and certainly can carry that momentum into a new season. And he ran 3rd in this race last year, so again, I think last year's edition was certainly stronger than probably what we've got this time round.
And Healthy Happy was a winner last year, as we saw. He did run 2nd in the race 2 years ago on the horse in the white colours in that trial that was about 4th or 5th. Just happened to be Voyage Bubble. Where does Wonder Kid sit, Paul? Andrea Razzani and Francis Loy. Francis off a terrific night at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Rarely goes a bad race, but is he up to group company just yet?
There's a couple of negatives for me, and one of them is Sha Tin. He's never won at Sha Tin. For me, he's a Happy Valley horse. He goes well, Happy Valley, sorry. He's been placed a few times at Sha Tin, but he's never won this. So, I mean, the lightweight's going to help him, but I'm not going to put him in.
He's a Happy Valley horse. He wants 1,200, not 1,400, and he's 4 pounds out of the handicap here. So I think it's going to be a tough ask. Is there an opportunity? He led up in that trial. Is there an opportunity for them to maybe put a bit of pressure on Healthy Happy?
Healthy Happy's such a strong leader, though. I think if he does, he's going to ruin his chances. I think he'll sit behind him. That's what I thought.
There's a number of horses in that trial. Run timing races earlier in the program, and Flamingo Trillion, who ran third, went down narrowly in the last race at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. From a form perspective, who's the Group 3 winner for the first group race of the season, Paul?
Going to go with the fresh up horse here, which is the Golden Scenery. Really liked his trial. Liked him at the sort of his bounce back last season. He's on top. Healthy Happy will try and steal it from the front once again. And as Tom said, this is not harder than last year. Taj Dragon, Flying Ace in there for fourth, just ahead of Choo Chow Spirit. 5-3-1-2 for me.
Going with the lightweight here around Choo Chow Spirit. The Zoo Stars have kicked off the season in fine style. He's one of them, and he's had the 15 starts here for the 3 wins. He'd obviously had a pretty good record in Australia prior to arriving here as well, but looked good in that last start performance, and with the lightweight, I think he can claim it. The Golden Scenery is in, liked his recent trial leading into this. He's placed in this race in the past. He goes well fresh. He enjoys course and distance. Healthy Happy gets an opportunity as well off the front. He'll be trying to make all and running the race to suit Matthew Chadwick, who rides for the first time, and Taj Dragon. As I mentioned, just the big weight and not being a big, overly robust, strong horse was my concern with him out of barrier 1. 6, 5, 3 and 1.
Celebration Cup race number 7 is the race that we have previewed here on Racing to Win. All of the races are on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video, and Paul will have race-by-race selections for you right there, along with speed maps and analysis. 10 races. Paul, which one of the 10 do you think is the best?
Race 10. It's definitely going to be the best race, no question. I like Young Champion. I mean, there's a lot of form in this race going into it, but he looked really progressive last season. I think we're going to see a horse going through the grades here. He's up against Full Credit and co-partner Prance, fresh up, so might get a little bit of a sort of a price with the 3 of them. But the way he won this race, I thought he looks a really promising young horse, and look forward to seeing him this season for sure. And I think he can win fresh up and get John Size off the mark. So a really nice win from him. And he did win with plenty in hand as well. Eased up on the line. We're going to do Patch of Watch. He's been double figures at all his races. Did win a recent trial on the all-weather for him. So race 2, number 9, Patch of Watch. So nice and early for that one. We'll do the play in race 3 for Bulb Emperor. Fun together. And also Storming Dragon, who looks tough as well. I think it's going to be between those two, with Bulb Emperor adding the value.
Chevelle Valiant as the best down the straight for Brittany Wong to get Brittany off the mark. This one for Douglas White, who's also looking to get off the mark from his 26 runners he's had so far. This horse last one off 58. He's 2 points lower than that at the moment. It was a wee while ago for him, and he was beaten by a nice one here in the form of Fast Network. Parents Love actually stayed on Wednesday night, was only just beaten as well out of this. So I think he can go close with the lightweight. He's only got 122 pounds on his back. Etalon Or in one of these Class 4 restricted races. I'm a big fan of these races, and Etalon Or for Ricky Yu and Alexi Bedell with the blinkers on in a recent trial. I thought he looked okay, so could be an improver in race 4, number 8. And Metro Warrior, Chevelle Valiant, Dragon Air Force. Hopefully he settles better than he did in his recent trial. That's the play for race 5.
Yeah, showing something in the trials, Dragon Air Force, despite racing keenly. Forever Folks in the first, hoping they run along a bit. He's trial good. Ben Thompson on board for Michael Chang, who had a winner at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. In the last, and the value, race 6, number 9, Flagship Warrior. Alexi approves. He's got the thumbs up. 1 win from 17. It was first up, and he was just racing without any luck in a recent trial. And the play, race 1, Billionaire Secret, new stable, XL Wong Choi, and Forever Folks in a QQP 1, 4 and 8. Diary time as we see what is coming up with Sha Tin on Sunday and Sha Tin Saturday the 28th. In between, as you can see, Tom, earlier start time. The Paris Olympics opening ceremony has been, but Wednesday night at Happy Valley will be the DBS Manulife Million Challenge opening ceremony.
Always a hotly contested challenge, Paul, that runs through till about the end of February.
It does, and it's always an exciting finish as well, and it normally goes down to the last night as well.
It does. No one's running in with a flame, though. That will not be happening.
You're not allowed to run fire, are you?
No, you're not. But please get to Sha Tin if you can to farewell Golden 60 on Sunday, the first race at 1 o'clock, the presentation and ceremony after the 5th.